I had a client tell me once, "I'm not doing anything special. Anyone could do what I do." She had just finished describing how she negotiated a multi-million-dollar partnership that saved 200 jobs. Anyone could do that? Really? This is one of the most important things you'll learn as a coach. Your clients often cannot see their own brilliance, and part of your job is to see it for them. Here's what happens in that moment. Your client describes something remarkable. They led a complex project, navigated difficult conversations, brought stakeholders who couldn't stand each other into alignment. And when you acknowledge what they did, they dismiss it. "Oh, that's just my job." Anyone would have done the same thing. They genuinely cannot see what you're seeing. Their self-perception has a blind spot exactly where their gifts live. This is where your coaching begins. Not just hearing what they say, but seeing beyond their self-perception to reflect who they truly are. ICF Marker 4.03 puts it this way: acknowledges and respects the client's unique talents, insights, and work in the coaching process. Now, let's unpack that. This marker is asking you to do more than facilitate a conversation. It's calling you to actively see, name, and honor what makes each client uniquely capable. Not generic praise, not cheerleading, but genuine acknowledgement of patterns you observe, talents they deploy naturally that they've stopped noticing about themselves. So what does this actually look like in practice? First, you learn to see past their self-doubt. When they're telling you all the reasons they can't do something, you're noticing all the evidence that they can. Second, you pull out what's hidden. You name the strengths and patterns they cannot see in themselves. You bring awareness to their blind spots. Third, you champion who they are. This is about standing in awe of who this person is, like pulling out the stuff in them that makes them special and pulling out the stuff in them that makes them successful. And fourth, here's where it connects to trust and safety. When someone truly sees you and still believes in your capability, trust deepens. This is how safety is built in coaching. Here's a truth I want you to hold on to. Everyone has their own unique strengths and their own unique talents and the things that make them unique and valuable in this world. Every single client who walks through your door or appears on your screen has gifts, but many of them have buried their awareness of these gifts under years of criticism, comparison, or self-doubt. Your role is to hold up a mirror to their real reflection, not the distorted image they've been carrying around, but who they actually are. And when you do this authentically, you create profound safety through recognition and affirmation. Now, I need to draw an important distinction here. Acknowledgement is not flattery. They feel completely different to the person receiving them. Flattery is empty praise offered to make someone feel good. "You're doing great." It's not grounded in observation, and honestly, it rings hollow. Your client can feel when you're just being nice. Acknowledgement is different. You're reflecting actual patterns, behaviors, and qualities you genuinely observe. You're naming what is real. And because it's true, because it's anchored in reality, it lands deeply. The client feels truly seen. You're not cheerleading. You're naming what is real. Let me give you some examples of what this sounds like. You might notice a natural talent and name it, "I notice how naturally you synthesize complex information and make it accessible to others." That's a rare skill. Or you might name an undervalued strength. "You described navigating that conflict like it was nothing, but the emotional intelligence you demonstrated was remarkable." Sometimes you're reflecting capabilities they've forgotten. You've rebuilt your career twice before. You have a track record of successfully navigating major transitions. And don't forget to acknowledge the quality of their work in your sessions. The clarity of thinking you brought to this session, that's evidence of the work you're doing between our conversations. You see what's happening? You're holding up that mirror to their real reflection. Before we move on, let me name a few traps to avoid. Generic praise that doesn't land. You're doing great means nothing because it's not specific or grounded in observation. Skipping acknowledgement altogether because you're focused only on problems, that creates an imbalanced relationship. And seeing only what needs to change while missing what's already strong, that undermines client confidence. Here's what I want you to remember. When someone sees you clearly and still believes in your capability, trust deepens exponentially. Your vision of their strengths becomes part of the safe container you create together. Seeing their strengths is one piece. The other piece is honoring the work they do in your sessions. That's not just about being nice, it's about trusting them to do the work. Let's look at that next.